come up from TNC's side. So I think this Gotham pick, even if it's first pick, it's first pick worthy, I think should be relegated to blue 2 and 3.
Masuk di game
So
kedua,
far,
guys.
we've seen some very
Onic versus
lock-in gatot
TNC.
kacha picks from our previous seasons, our previous match rather. But for this matchup, would you think that they should just let the Lancelot go here, as you mentioned from game number 1 draft here for TNC Pro Team?
It depends. If let's say
They're on the blue side.
yeah, let's say they ban Yi Sun Shin on red, then you definitely take Lancelot on blue. If they don't ban Yi Sun Shin, just leave both open. Honestly, if you're forced to sort of get Lancelot first pick, then you're kind of not dictating the draft. Let them tempo the draft.
But let's see if that will be the case as we move on ahead here on to our game number 2 drafting phase. Before that, let's check out on what will be our map. Broken walls? Oh, it's going to be flying clouds here for our round number 2.
This does favor TNC. They've won some amazing games with it, and this is a map that usually tends to scale towards the late game because the ability to defend lanes is there. Now on the Philippines, they remove CC and Hayabusa. Interestingly enough, TNC still removes the Fanny, respect to King Kong, but now both Yi Sun Shin and Lancelot are open, so this is definitely something that they're happy with on blue. Even if Onic decides to ban one, they get they get one on blue.
Even though they ban out Nakale, as you mentioned, there are multiple years here available for use. They could go for the drop route, they could go for the catcher route, because you only get one first pick here for TNC Pro Team. Nice ban onto the Yuzong here by Coach Why Not. Well, they prioritize the Lancelot, he has the for Zyda.
So this is I think Gatot Yi Sun Shin for Onic. If they don't want the Yi Sun Shin here, maybe Gatot Kimi, Gatot what's for XP? Maybe not XP, maybe Marksman.
Maybe.
Or maybe you take the
Or
Kimi.
get the Arlot all in all here for Kirk.
Yeah, you can get the art. The problem is TNC is gonna play the Mobius.
Or the Yi Sun Shin, of course, here for Kinko. Or
yeah, that's the safest. I think you just go Yi Sun Shin Gato. There's no point flexing the Yi Sun Shin to red 3.
yeah, and considering TNC Pro Team just could get the Kimi onto their hands, Irus were here for the Kirk, and the Yi Sun Shin, you mentioned, no need to flex here for Onic Philippines.
I don't know if they're trying to bait the Lunox. This is probably Lunox Gatot for TNC. If they don't take it, then some either Lunox or Gatot is gonna get taken and banned, or maybe both. Honestly, if they don't take both, so TNC, this is a little bit of a requirement, which is a problem because again they're not dictating the draft. This is all Onyx plan.
Yeah. Interesting though, even though they are on the blue side, with the way that it went with the Uranius being the first pick here, Onic PH took the wheel out of their hands, but Hilda and then the Lunox you mentioned, it's a must for TNC.
This one I like. They did this against Aurora, the Hilda Flex. Was it Aurora or was it Twisted?
I think it's
either. Yeah. Like the game plan is there for TNC. Like they could flex this Hilda against the Uranus, and the Lunox could be played on both the mid and gold lane. So Onic, they're gonna run into like flex problems down the line. So just maybe play it safe for Onic. You get the you can't even take up the Kimi here. So Barca is too tempting, honestly, if they wanna go that route, because it's a good hero against the Lunox, can force the Order of Brilliance. Don't mind playing into the Hilda, honestly. So that might be the case, unless they want to go for the Selena again for Super Prince.
Might be a possible option, or just go for the Evo if you really want to have that firepower. But Valentina this early for Onic Philippines, quite interesting take here for Coach Wynett and Hayes.
Yeah, I mean you have a good ult, I guess, the Order of Brilliance, but that's about it. Other than that, you don't deal that much against the Hilda. They can also run into problems later on if TNC just decides to go for the Khalid roam instead of the Grok. I think they're banking on the idea that this Valentina pick is gonna block the Grok, and then they can get the Grok red 4.
They're just giving that option, of course, with a catch also. We'll
an open here for TNC Pro Team, considering that 3 Mar
Enggak, semua
so far
4
is
semua.
the main user of the Hilda here for
Layout
TNC
ya.
Pro Team, and Alice ban for Onic Mage, not
Hah?
really overlooking the flex part of Hilda as well.
Full respect. For TNC, I think you just ban the Grok. No point in risking giving Onic Philippines the Grok here. Even though Grok is too tempting to have on TNC, just accept the Khalid and Gato trade. Honestly.
But interesting though, we still yet to see what the hero will be for Kelra. Will this be a Kelra ban or a Kelra ban hero here for TNC Pro Team?
I think it's wise to ban Kelra here, honestly. There's a lot of good heroes.
Or yeah, the Grok. But there's also another Chapnu on the crowd here.
Yeah, it's a multiverse. It looks like super red, by the way.
Oh yeah, the moment that they brought down the poster of Chapnu, especially on the eyebrow part. So
it's super challenging.
this is actually the crowd and supporters of TNC Pro Team, the Phoenix Army. And so far they're very supportive of each other. And
love this crowd.
for now, TNC needs their support as well.
Yeah.
Maybe this is going to be the time we finally hear the cheer for Phoenix Army, but we would not be hearing and seeing Esmeralda for game number 2.
What are they cooking for Onic? Why ban Esme?
That's 3 heroes.
They could have gotten Esme, by the way.
4 heroes. Considering the CC is a flex onto the XP lane as well.
Wait, are they going for a Labu gold? Are they going for a Labu gold?
For Kelra?
I don't know. That's probably last material. Maybe Onic just gets either Gato on Khalid or Hylos Red 4, and then they look at the TNC's last 2 picks, and then maybe pick up a Lapu last pick.
Maybe. For now, for TNC Pro Team, it's going to be the Joe ban. Okay, very nice housekeeping here for Coach Adamax, because really is good when it catch heroes, set up heroes, and the Joe is one of them.
Yeah, Khalid's good here, honestly.
Sand rises when I give the
It's
word.
going to be a Khalid right on cue here for Brusco.
Okay, TNC.
We're still missing the Rome and gold part, right?
Yeah. We don't know if it's Rome
the
or
Hilda.
Hilda. There's a flex. Honestly, there's a 3-way flex going on inside of TNC. Safest bet would be to go Lapu.
For 3 more and then put the Hilda onto Chaknu?
I wanna say put the Lapu in gold, honestly.
Oh.
Well, to be fair, you can just go Lapu 3 Mar and then call me crazy, but Obsidia last pick for TNC. Or even the carry.
It worked actually.
Yeah, that's true.
Very phenomenal Obsidia user.
Wow,
Mobius is
nice.
possible here for TNC Pro Team. And a
Ben.
big goal here for Benny Cutie.
Okay, the big gold I like.
Now it's up to Onic PH to get a hero for Kelra. Is it going to be a fighter goal or the traditional route of a marksman?
Probably on carry.
Yeah.
Maksudnya lang kalau nggak menentu umum mau tuh.
You can argue some rubies, honestly.
What if?
Masha.
Wait, I'm trying to lip read what Coach Why Not is doing.
Oh,
You go
boleh.
Clint here. Clint, Nathan.
Kenapa?
God?
You're hovering over. You're hovering over Ruby. That's the best one.
Teleported. Teleported
Okay,
nih.
that's
I
going
liked it. I don't understand this Mobius pick, by the way.
maybe more on the comfort.
Banyak talbot.
Here for 3 more, they just don't want to use the Lapu yet again. Considering he's up against the Uranus here for Kirk.
I don't know. I mean, even if I try justifying it, I still don't see. I mean, there's a lot of like sustain on the Mobius, I guess. And
There's
also,
always a rainbow. I'm trying to find the rainbow after.
I can't find it. We have to wait and see till the game starts.
But let's look at how will TNC Pro Team work their way up as Onic Philippines looks in the Ruby here for Kelra. As you mentioned, you're liking the Ruby last pick here.
Yeah. Seems like a great team fight comp, honestly, for Onic Philippines.
But let's see if it will reflect on the way that they play this game as we move on forward onto the Land of Dawn, onto this do or die match, game number 2 between TNC and Onic. Casters, it's your time.
If Midnight likes that Ruby, I love that main. Welcome to game number 2. It's Leo
bringing you the chance for TNC to maybe get back on the board as they're down 0-1 against Onic Philippines.
Welcome to Mobile Legends. Taking game twos or maybe alternate games isn't something new to TNC, and they were able to accomplish that even against the top team of the regular season just yesterday. That's Aurora. And now let's see how they do that. I'm liking the adjustments from Onic so far. There's so much respect towards TNC's heroes, but this time they get that Lancelot too. I think that's another surprise, because they've been making sure Zaida doesn't get a hold of any in game number 1.
Yep, so you see our TNC just
Yang.
put their foot on the gas and say, yeah, just get Zaida on
Masarap
something.
kaya.
Joy was a little too much in game number 1. A lot of action in mid here.
Nakakaw.
Almost getting taken down is Lancy, but he's caught up. King Kong on that usage. Oh no, Chuck!
Wait, this is a Hilda.
Bear.
But at least she got to flicker in the bush.
Trigger that passive, get a little bit of shields on healing. Looking at the initial item builds, you see that both jumblers get a little bit of extra damage to get that farm. What's the gold lane situation like? Again, a Bane versus a Ruby, both have some level of added sustainability.
Yeah, I guess you gotta time the skills very well if you're the Bane. Because a Ruby can jump from or blink every now and then, that's the passive, but if you get to time it so well, or maybe even right after the passive, then there's no choice for the Ruby to receive majority of the damage. And I'm probably talking about the deadly catch.
Legendary
It's not
Raida.
like that's the goal for our gold laners.
Yeah.
It's not like they want to kill each other in lane.
They want to leave the
Hindi
lane
in
and
Raida.
join this turtle fight, and that's what Kelra's doing. Look at how fast he's going. Brusco jumps on him, turtle gets pulled slightly over to
Kenapa
TNC.
kau taruh di
They're really trying to make things
Ya kan,
hard for
dibeliin
Zaida.
Raida kah?
We still have vision of the objective though. Everybody's jumping in, and who gets the turtle? It's 3Mar who actually gets it. The deadly cap does so much
Oh,
damage to
alright,
Onic though, because Benny Cutie joins the fight as well, and Lancy takes a
Jadi
kill
ini
on
Lancelotnya
Kelra.
bisa
The Phoenix Army
lebih
come
main deh.
alive. Suddenly, the red side of the Cuneta Astrodome makes some noise as TNT score that first turtle, get 2 free kills as well. But I don't blame Onic, because looking at their lineup now, they can't do much in the early game. What were they expecting? What was the best case scenario here? A raging sandstorm into a time of fend, and into really, they don't have damage output yet.
Yeah, but it was clear that they wanted the objective.
Oh,
Benny has the
cepet
flicker
guys ya.
to
Tombol flicker
survive
aja.
though. And Benny did so much in that previous fight. I guess that's true. Onic, they just
Kemarin
tried
Onic
to see what they
TLP
can.
habis ya, salah Onic
But
ya.
Shackle right here could be punished. Mountain Shocker will be used, but that's about it.
Yep, the best thing that Onic can do is, I don't want to think that I'm being a pessimist by saying this, but accept the fact that the early game ain't yours. Maybe even a part of the mid game. And then use that Uranus as the tool that it's meant to be, a blunt force object.
Yeah.
Just buy time away from Primar and own that half of the map so that you can get farm on King Kong. That's the only solution I can see now.
I guess even despite that though, it's clear that they're trying to keep themselves in the game. Maybe through, let's say, Brusco and how he keeps trying to invade. Or maybe disrupt Zaida. Pay attention to how his farming patterns are, because I guess the Khalid's just that capable of doing that. He's been trying to scout Zaida for a huge majority of the past 4 minutes. But now it's TNC who just keeps grouping up and applying pressure to Onic and their farm.
Yep, and what that'll do is you'll end up with a dead Khalid. You don't want that. You can't afford that. You can't give more gold over to TNC. They're up 1,000 gold now, and they're owning this turtle pit.
Oh.
Shocked by King Kong. 3 more jumps on Kelra.
He's liking how his passive is almost always active because of the blink
Ini
skill.
professional,
Now
nggak takut
Shackle
mati
going
guys.
in, gets punished instead. There's
iya
the internal
tuh.
pursuits from Primar though, but he gets
Semua
dragged all
diajarin.
the way in between their 2 turrets. Kurt fighting back. It's a double kill for him already.
Mati hidup
Lancy though
lagi.
using his ultimate. Will he get to buy the
Oh.
trade? What? The damage from Benny Cutie.
He spit on that thing as if a deadly catch wasn't enough. He hit that AL on the Kirk too. Again,
Text speed.
Kirk had it coming, all right? He's but a baby Uranus. He's just a little small
Oke, bulu.
boy,
Ya.
and he can only build so much.
Kalau ada
I want to
teman-teman
see the
yang lain
items
nggak
because I want
masalah
to see
sih.
what he's prioritizing first, right? Is he going physical defense or magic defense first? And looking at it, it seems like
Itu langsung ke dominan ya.
Tapi Bang Henry itu udah mythic dia nya.
That attempt.
Coba lihat bandnya guys.
majority magic is
Enggak guys. Dia langsung ke hole ya. Itu mau jadi ke
So
Sky.
he had the right damage profile read out. It's just it's too much coming from Bane this early.
And this Bane, I think they've tried to at least take him out twice in this game already.
Never didn't work yet.
But every single time he had his flicker intact. So it's just an easy escape that we get to see from Medicuty all the time, and he already gets to pick up.
Ini baru ya bang ya, GT30
See
Pro
how
bang.
hard the Sigma junglers work in using that Infinite GT30 Pro
Belikan.
experience victory for every
Nanti lah beli
unlock
nanti.
gamer. Infinite can gap.
Harus
With the
beli,
Infinite GT30
Insya
Pro.
Allah beli.
Chapter.
beli
Wow, they just
beli
took
jangan
damage. Onic got that yellow flicker.
terus tuh kan ada itu Dota awal tuh.
Members
Nanti dia minta motor
Betul-betul peranggunya kampret deh emang.
at the
1
opposite of
juta
the map. So
subscriber.
could they be looking for a fight or just a quick way to blitz the Lord or the Eternal rather?
Oh, what's he thinking? Went for that conceal and force use the Rage Central defensively.
Yeah, now Zyda's back. He can join the fight if he wanted to. So this could potentially break out into a 5v5. Curse already here as well. But I have my eyes on
Ya
Benny.
bergerak dari tadi di
How do they
musim.
deal with Benny and not get taken out by the surprise burst damage when they've all committed their resources
Bakalan
onto
selarnya
it?
lagi ya.
Fight that broke out even without him there just yet.
I think you and Onic are on the same page. They have
Ini nggak main
Yang
satu.
beda nggak mau cover.
So any time that he just sidesteps, he could be part of the turtle. So they'd rather pay attention to what side is doing first. And some way somehow TNC walk away with both the turtle and the turret. That's all losses for Onyx. So they're just mitigating the
Satu.
damage, covering up what holes need to be covered up. So
Satu.
doesn't completely ship. Looking at the
Ini
items,
nggak
oh
terlalu
my
jauh
god.
sih guys sebenarnya.
Benny already has a Sky Piercer and a Holy Crystal. He's
Tapi
fully
level udah
bleeding out.
beda.
I do not want to stay close to that kind of pain
Yeah.
at this point. Not when I'm in this spot, not if I'm Onic and I have a bit of catching up to do. And even if you have so many potential crowd
Kayaknya Onic
sources,
salah di XP ini guys.
some close, then that's not gonna be a good thing either. Super Prince already using him. Oh, what?
Oh nice.
How was Lancey caught there?
A sudden response from Onic. I'll tell you how, Reed. I'm offended. He went in too close. I think there was a window between that move, that dash in, and him clicking the brilliance, and Kelra clicking that I'm offended. Bruce going to gang around Chakra's tail. I'll tell you that. It's a small window of time, but Onic found it.
I guess you can't really assume that Onic gets tunnel vision when they want to chase after a target, because it's so easy for them to just switch on the spot.
Jelek
And
double
I
force ya.
guess that's also probably what happened to Lancey earlier. Maybe
Apa
he
yang
thought they
termenang
were
kali
actually
ya?
trying to just go for the chase, but then they saw Lancey, and in the blink of an eye, they just suddenly shifted targets.
That's the secret in Onyx success, especially in their height in the M6 World Championship. It's so scary because they're so good at macro, but also mechanically speaking, any and all of them are always so on point. That's what's keeping this gold lead on a manageable scale. What is that now? About 3,000 gold between Onic and TNC, despite everything that TNC has walked away with. And a good chunk of that gold is still on King Kong. So between him and Zyda, there still is a chance that if Onic can find a good position, they
Belum
could still
bisa harus legend karena
Now
tadi
TNC are the ones
5
holding it.
5 kalau
So maybe
XP.
stealing the objective will be the way to go. Super
Nah,
Prince
pokoknya
though already
dipaksa
forcing the
loh,
brilliance
guys.
out of Lancey, but
Oh,
Kelra
lihat guys.
Beli
and the
udah.
amount of crowd control
Oke,
they're
saya
able to
memegang
use
resource
onto
ini.
3-Mar. That's gonna be a kill
Itu
over
invite lah,
Onic.
ID itu.
Deadly catch and the retribution from TNC
Itu
to
invite
take
ID-nya
that
tuh.
objective.
TNC just had too much distance, a lot of space they're
Control
working
guys.
with. Chagno with a conceal, thinking if they're gonna go for the
Lihat
counter attack, he
udah
jumps King
oh langsung
Kong.
ulti deh
Them
guys ya.
having none of this. They know that they've already lost. Turtle,
Oh,
Lord, everything belongs to Zyda.
Three-mar was the sacrifice. And they had to put 3 bodies
ada
over
ubed,
there
bos.
just to deal with him. And no one else could
Iya,
have
ini pakai yang
went
legend.
near TNC.
Nope. It's worth it. I'll tell you now. I think it's a good trade. Look at this. Kelra on his old teammate Chakno. It's interesting how Chakno is using this Hilda. Is it just their lineup or how Chakno seems to have unlocked a new way to play Hilda?
Is he some sort of like bait for majority of the game?
Yeah, usually you see a Hilda like want to try to
Nggak
whack
ada
things
itu
out,
bener.
but this is like man-to-man defense Hilda.
He's just the guy who shows up first.
Like a shadow.
And then he gets poked down really low, like what's happening now.
Runs away.
But then TNC,
Udah kami main 2 dulu ya.
it still seems as if
ya.
they're in the perfect
Ntar kalau ada teman yang
condition
masih
to
apa
fight
lagi
if
kita main
Onic
kita.
chooses to.
There's just too much going on for Onic to deal with. And they've been trying, they've been holding on. Again, putting farm on King Kong, being on point for Kelra's I'm offended on the turnaround. But TNC haven't been able to flourish under that. Approaching the
Udah ada ipa tadi tuh idea gitu unik apanya.
Maybe it's really that one fight to enable King Kong that they're looking at, that they're waiting
3
for.
item guys.
A team fight where
Battle
Benny
Hunter.
isn't as free and where Lansy feels a bit awkward to go in.
Goldnya nggak
Ipa aja
jago
itu
ya.
They
aduh
should
bet.
feel awkward. There's a Khalid, there's a Ruby, there's a Terrify threat from Super Prince, but
Oh,
no purple buffs
diambil guys,
yet
purple
again.
buffnya guys.
King Kong gets denied his purple. Grant the purple right in your face. What you gonna do about it, King? At least Zyda had to use the retribution. Well, sadly, King Kong did too as a response. But looking at the items, he's behind 1,000 gold. You know what? In perspective, that's not so bad.
Yeah,
King Kong has damage.
Romer takut
it's
mati
nice
nggak
and
mau
it's really
GB-in.
great how they're able to somehow keep up.
Ya.
But it seems like they have to work together just to provide for King Kong. And maybe that's what's Onic's doing right now. Like maybe sacrificing a couple of structures because all they really have to pay attention to is King Kong and him not getting left behind too much. Because if you look at their lineup, they really have to invest a lot, and if not everything, on King Kong with Super Prince. Down
Idenya
low,
langsung
phantom
ulti
execution, but at
guys.
least he has the brilliance from the IMU to get away.
All right, the answer from Onic. It's a 4v5. And all this while, hey, ever seen a split pushing Uranus? That's what Kirk did. And TNT, they respond by going at the Lord. They know that they can't take this because Kirk is already rotated.
Yeah. He can catch up anytime and come from behind,
Dapat
but I'm
si
pretty
Lanci
sure
lagi
TNC
nih.
already know that. They have vision. Lancy already sees Kirk. Chaknu, though, already half HP. What's the plan for TNC here?
Oh,
The plan is to just keep disrupting and zoning as
Ntar ya, abis ini
Zyda
udah
takes
ya.
the objective.
Mana
But it's
mati
not
guys,
just
King
zoning
Kongnya.
that they do. They take out King Kong and
Di
Frisco
sini kita main
too.
ya.
I can imagine the communications. Let him hit the trace lane. Let him in. And TNC punished now. 3 more chasing down Kirk.
King
Kirk's
Kongnya
trying
jadi
to run
kucing
away.
guys.
It's a Uranus, he can.
What? Off camera, Fringe gets popped.
By Zyda and Benny.
Zyda is a monster.
Rather.
They got a Lord coming through
Buy
one.
one.
Mid lane's gonna go down. There's very little things that can stop a Bane from taking your structures. You're at 7k up now.
Dreamar actually went in there. Zyda's going to provide the follow-up. Dreamar gets traded out, and they finally take the base turret. But Lansy will have to say goodbye as well. Onic defend as much as they can. King Kong still alive.
Masa orangnya sendiri pun nggak tahu bet.
TNC still forced this.
Alright, Prince looking for a target. Can't exactly use IMU while you're in the air. Gets that deadly catch, takes care of that Lord. But they lose their last inhibitor up top.
Okay, they just force the base turrets at least. Magic Sentry revealing Chaknu, but there's the conceal play still. Onic might want to look for something, and it's Benny Cutie that they're trying to go after. But they spot Zyda, and they have to back away.
Here's the real dilemma. How do you stop Zyda?
Jangan kasih dia
Purely, like, how do
loncat
you take
lagi
him down?
guys.
Because Prince doesn't have exactly the best crowd control. Brusco has just one big one. Kelra, it's temporary. You know, you displace him, but
Yeah.
Phantom Execution, Thorn Rose, Puncture Puncher, I'm good. I think that's a huge dilemma here that Onic has.
And ideally, in those brief moments, you should have enough burst damage to deal with the Lancelot, but it seems like they don't! Phantom Execution gets held for a bit, but still, Zaida making his way, dealing enough damage, forcing Super Frizz to walk back to the base. See, it's even in those small openings that you don't get to see the damage coming from Onic just yet.
And that's when he was already serving himself up on a silver platter. You see how he punctured into the rest of Onic, and none of them could stop him. That is the real issue here. Zaida has gone unfettered. He is running through Onic's side of the jungle and through their lineup with impunity. 7-6. A bare base. Onic haven't even broken.
Enggak. Habisin aku Bendirom ataupun apa.
Somehow maybe Kirk set it up, because that seemed to work. And he's had a looking at the stats, Regina. He's had the best game out of all the Super Fam right now at 3-2-1.
Yeah, that's true. But Zaida and the rest of TNC might not let Onic do that anymore. They've been paying attention to the top lane
sekali lagi
even,
ini dapat
especially
silance,
now
udah
that
lah
we are
ini
about to
guys.
see the next Lord spawn. So they're keeping or they're managing everything before this objective, which feels like it heavily favors them either way.
Yep, again, that's what you get when the map is on your side, when you got a huge 6K gold lead, and when opponent's utility, I'm talking about Onyx, just isn't enough. Like, there's so many things to set up for you to even clap back. This ain't even a dance. This is literally a sting operation. It's an entrapment by TNC. They're gonna do the same thing. They might even let King Kong trace the sin just for them to kill him again.
Wih, makasih banget Ubed.
Look at how Prince and
Udah paket
Storm
komplit
really
ya.
is rough. Oh no, the Flicker Raging Sandstorm doesn't connect, and Keller actually gets targeted by Zaida over here. King Kong is looking to be next.
Itu King Kongnya
Another
mati, dia
Thorn
jadi
Rose
kucing guys.
successfully takes him down, and Chapnoo's blocking everybody.
Udah lah, tanpa Lord bisa end ya guys.
He's on Brusco.
A failed attempt now turned to this. A flicker
Wah,
from Benny, and they're not
di-recall
letting
ya.
him go back home.
With Kirk left on the map, there's no way this Uranus defends.
Godlike for Zaida as he gets a hold of the Lancelot. TNC are not letting us have a sweep.
1-1.
Satu sama
TNC
guys.
snatch back the momentum.
Kita masuk di game ketiga guys ya.